As far as industry trends, what do you see as the future in junk removal industry? Meaning like, is marketing one of those things? I know Andrew Thompson is developing his autopilot app and all, and I see that as kind of like the future where, back then it was everything was organic growth. But if you want to stay on top, you kind of got to adapt with technology and get yourself out there in a digital marketing and scheme. Do you see that as being one of the new trends in the junk removal industry?
It's going to be a huge part of it, that because when you're running a successful junk removal company, you need technology at your back. One thing I like about autopilot is it's everybody else uses the Jobber or House Call Pro. It's more of a CRM, but they don't. What they're not using is the FSM, which is the field service management. Having him adapt that into it is going to be a huge thing. And I talked to Andrew about that, and me, I'm spoiled because I came from a system that was developed by 1-800 Got Junk. They developed their own. They spent over $1 million building this, and so many things that it can do. I'm spoiled at that. So utilizing Jobber to me is so basic. So, and anytime Andrew asks for feedback of what can be added, I give him a lot of feedback. I tell him, you have this, put this in there, put that in there. Hopefully he does, because, having that reporting is something that's going to be important. Being able to customize your own reports, which is something that, Jobber or House Call Pro doesn't have, because you know having that reporting and being able to utilize that to track metrics, different type of key performance indicators, huge. Because having that for your team and being transparent with those numbers is important to your team when you're trying to develop them as leaders, because you want them to know what's going on with the company and be a part of that growth. So having that transparent, having that visible, because guess what, you need to measure what matters, and anything that gets measured gets improved. So measuring any type of key performance indicator, making it transparent, putting it out there is big. And if you have a system and have that technology that'll track that for you, is even better. And being able to customize those numbers, because you might utilize whatever different, whether it be average job size or this, having being able to track that by putting your numbers in there is going to be able to you to put out reporting and utilize that for any type of manager that you have, or like I said, putting it out there for your team so they can see if you're reaching your goals or not, if they're hitting that performance numbers or not. Being able to track those performance numbers with that technology is going to be huge. If he can implement that in that, to me, that's a huge win.
Yeah, that is one of the strengths I've seen with Andrew Thompson is he really picks up on all the details and he finds answers as far as, digitally tracking everything. When you get this autopilot, he was telling me that you get 5 tracking numbers with that automatically. And that's key right there just for your marketing. So you know where to place your money and where you're seeing, the returns on it as well. And then another feature that he had on there that I really like was the sequencing. And when you put somebody into your logbook, a new customer or whatever, you could put a certain schedule of follow-up text messages and all that, which is going to bring back repeat customers, which I think that is real key. And it kind of takes away all have to manually phone calls and all that, because once you grow up to like 5,000 customers, it's hard to stay in touch with them and just constantly calling them. But that simple text message that goes out, or hey, I'm in your area, we got a 10% discount, so if business is slow that week, you could go and put that mass text message out, which will stir in some new business as well. So I think that is key as well. And I was learning just so much stuff just having Andrew on here, and stuff that I never would have thought of, and he's making it just so easy. And just to have one app instead of have to having, 3 or 4 different apps that got to do, one thing here, one thing here. But now we got it under one app. It's also a lot cheaper. He's also got the beta testing right now where it's $50 a month rather than some of these other programs, I think, are like 150 to 200 a month and all. So if you could get in at the beginning, it is great value, and kind of help him, target what you want and give your feedback. And I see that you're a key component in this, and giving him some ideas on stuff to add to this app as well. So definitely something you guys want to check out, get part of it during the beta testing. I know during October 25th, when we're having the Junk Expo, he's going to be releasing beta 2. And that's going to be the updated version of it, and definitely a great asset and great value it brings.